Okay, let's just finish today's lectures. Now, I think Megan gave us a very useful information, like how to search for the information for your research papers, and she also talked about, how review article will be like, what will look like. So now I'm going to give you a little bit different aspect of the research articles, in writing a research article in a little bit more detail, right? Or a little bit more specific. So the research article you guys are going to write is actually just a mini review or literature review articles, right? And the purpose of the review articles is, particularly for this class, is just try to stimulate your critical thinking and to improve your ability to synthesize or evaluate the topics that are related to our class, particularly nutrition and metabolism, and also maybe to help you understand better the concept that we learn in this class. So this is sort of the main objective of this review articles. And the structure of a review articles, basically you will have first of all titles. Of course, you select the titles or question that you're interested in to write, and then the abstracts. So abstracts about 250 words to summarize, the information that you want to write for the review articles, and then introduction part, main bodies, and discussion conclusion, right? So this basically the information or the section that you will like to include in the review articles. And in terms of words, how long the length of the articles, and about 2,500 to 3,000 words, right? And in terms of pages, I think about 6 pages, right? It's not including abstract, right? Just the introduction, main bodies, and discussion, the 3 sections. You will need to have about 6 pages, right? And a word you can use times 12 and double space, right? All right, titles. So try to be more specific or more focused for your titles, and not try to be too general, like green tea and fat oxidation. This type of title I think is too broad. Try to be more specific. For example, you adding some more information to narrow down your topics or titles. Green tea increase the fat oxidation in athletes. So if you add increase fat oxidation or athletes, to narrow down specific focus that you wanted to have in for your articles, right? Try to be, again, to be a little bit more specific for your title. And abstract. So abstract basically is considered as a mini review of your papers. So abstract should provide a brief summary, right, of the main sections of paper that we just described, like introduction, main body, and discussion conclusion, right? So sort of, for each section you will have a summary statement, so a couple of sentences for the, for each section. So again, you only just need about 250 words, right? So you don't want to include a lot of information for each section, but just several sentences to summarize each section. So, and what information should be included in the abstract? First of all, you need to state the principal, objective, and the scope of the investigation. For example, like, we just talked about a top title, green tea increase fat oxidation actually, right? So you wanted to state wanted to talk about the objectives, right? What do you want to do in these review articles? And the second thing is that you try to summarize the information that supports the main bodies of knowledge, right? And then the conclusions. So basically just again, the summary of each sections, the introduction, main bodies, and conclusion. And add a little bit about, the specific question that you want to address and the objectives, the principles of the, topics. And then the introduction part. So in the introduction, you try to define the general topics, issues, or area of concerns, right? And provide some appropriate, context for reviewing the literatures. Here's the more kind of more specific, right? You wanted to point out overall trends in what you have, in what have been published about the topics, right? For example, the green tea increased fat oxidation. So you just point out that change, the overall change, that green tea increase or stimulate fat oxidation. And you probably also wanted to, depend on what kind of topic you choose, you may also want to mention the conflicts in the methodology, in the theory, in evidence or conclusion in this particular area, right? And also the gap in the research. Some things already known and some other things are not known or something like this, right? And the gaps in research. And also, you also wanted to mention kind of problems or new perspectives of the interest. So in the introduction, I think what you really wanted to point out is the question, is the area that you wanted to focus, right? And again, just summarize a little bit, what is known and what is not known, and and what we wanted to focus in this particular review articles, right? And the main body is really a yes question.
I just have a question. It's kind of between the abstract and the introduction. So the abstract is kind of summarizing like the body of the article, whereas the introduction is more summarizing the problem that you're having or the research on it.
Right. So the main body is really the that you need to put a lot of information, details in this part, right? So for example, the topics, green tea, increased fat oxidation, and you need to do the literature search that like Megan told us, how to do it, and to get a lot of information. You can categorize the research into the several different areas. For example, maybe a lot of research has been done in the human studies, and others be done in the animal studies or cell-based studies. So you wanted to get all the information from different type of studies and try to categorize, the information, including the main body. And also, maybe some studies support that the hypothesis that green tea can increase fat oxidation, and some other research maybe against this hypothesis, show the negative results or no effect or something like this. So you wanted to, including all this possible information, and depend on, maybe majority of the studies and and support that the green tea increase fat oxidation. Only a few number of studies not supported or get no results, no positive results or something like this, right? So you will need to get to get all the information and categorize or analyze the information based on the type of research or based on the whatever the against or the support this kind of things and the, categorize the different type of research. So you probably have 3 or 4 paragraphs. Each paragraph try to focus on the one, either based on the type of research. The human studies you put in the one paragraph, and animal studies put the second paragraph, and cell studies the third paragraph or something like this, right? So and in each paragraph, I think it would be better for the first of all you try to put a sort of umbrella sentence, right, or topic sentences, means that you wanted to get people know or readers know what is the topic to be covered in this paragraph, and also maybe allow readers to know exactly what they are going to find, what kind of information they will be able to find in this particular paragraph, right? So sort of give the topic sentence in each in the beginning of each paragraph, right? And then you start give more detailed information, right? And the conclusion. So again, depend on what type of the topics or information in the literature. Maybe some area is very clear. Majority of studies support that hypothesis or just very clear the question. So your conclusion will be also very easy, right? To to get conclusion. And also, if some other areas that they have kind of conflicting information or conflicting data, then your conclusion will be also different. You also need to include in this type of a conflicting information. And then you can also suggest, recommend, provide your recommendation. Maybe further studies need to be done to clarify the question, to address the question clearly or something like this, right? So this was something you will need to include in the conclusion section. All right. So type of research. Basically, review or secondary analysis. The review articles is one type of research that the authors, they actually do not perform the experiment themselves, but rather just collect information from the literature that other people done the experiment, right? So review article is one type of research you will find in the literature. And the other type of research is called primary research. Primary research basically, I think Megan described right very clear. It's just people that they do the initial experiment and they make a conclusion. So they write a paper, they experiment and write the paper and make a conclusion based on that specific experiment that they have done, right? So two types of research in the literature you will able to get: review articles, or called secondary data analysis, and the primary research. And for primary research, and basically you also be able to find, depend on type of research, the human studies, and human study include epidemiological studies or clinical trials, and animal studies and cell-based studies, right? So, and for review articles, most people would like you have as much as possible information from the primary research, right? And some tips for a research paper that, let's see. I think I pretty much, talk about this already. And basically, the purpose of the review articles is just to review the previously published information, right? And I put them into, some kind of perspective. And then you can use published primary research papers. I would say majority, right? The information you will put in the research paper is from primary research, but also some information you can get from the review articles. Some review articles have very nice job to summarize the research already, so you can cite, a couple of review articles papers. And so your paper should provide, critical evaluation and important conclusions based on, what you have gotten the information from the literature. And I think the way that you do it is, I've just give kind of tip for how you do it. I think first of all you kind of get an outline. This is very important or is very helpful for for you to organize your information, right? The information that you get from the literature. First of all, do the literature search, right, to get the information based on, Morgan told us the three main databases that you can use, like PubMed, Google Scholar, and MainCat Discovery. So you can use these three major search engines to find the information that you need and read. I would suggest you guys maybe find a very good review articles for the topic you select is very helpful, and read through the review articles and get some idea, what kind of information you need, and then and find a problems and questions you wanted to focus, right? And then decided to which problem question will be your topic, your question, right? And once you get a lot of information from the literature, and you try to analyze the information to try to group the information, depend on what I just said, either depend on type of research or based on the other relatively, like based on this, how the information support or against the question, right? And once you have idea, and you can organize the subtopics or paragraphs, so each paragraph you're focusing on specific subtopics, right? And each subtopics have to be related to the main question, right? So it's just the main question. And in terms of a number of citation reference, is unlimited, and you can use as many references as possible, but I would suggest at least 10 or more, reference that reasonable, that be able to address your specific question. All right, any questions about research papers? Okay, so I'll just try to give you examples, right? So for example, you're interested in the topic green tea and breast cancer. So you're interested in the questions or hypothesis that does green tea have anti-breast cancer? And then you go to the database and search for the information. Once you get the information, and you can categorize or group information, right? And for example, you wanted to focus on three areas, or you focusing on the three subtopics, right? To address the main questions. So first, you wanted to focusing on the anti-cancer by active compounds in green teas, right? So you wanted to introduce, and you can use this as the subtopics for that specific paragraph, right? So in this paragraph, you wanted to give the information and about the anti-cancer bioactive compound that are reported in the literature. So you wanted to get how many bioactive compound has been reported to have an anti-cancer effect, right? So for the first paragraph, you wanted to concentrate it on this topics. And the second paragraph or subtopic, you wanted to including like beneficial effect of green tea consumption on preventing breast cancer. So you gathered all the information from the human study. For example, you wanted to include a human, present a human study first. So you get information from epidemiological or clinical studies, and to see if any study have been done from humans that showing the green tea has a beneficial effect on the anti-cancer, sorry. And the last paragraph of topics that you want to include is the effect of green tea bioactive compound on the development of a breast cancer. And this information is either from the animal studies or cell-based studies, right? So this sort of gave you some idea how you wanted to first of all select topics and questions, and then get information how you organize information and present information in your research papers, right? Any questions? Okay, so I think this probably is out-of-date information. Okay, now I wanted to talk a little bit more about the assignment that we have for research papers. So again, this is a group work, right? So we wanted to have 2 students per group and to work together on the research papers. And we have a 5 different assignments, right? First is a topic. So select a topic for research paper. We have already posted a list of topics, right, in the Noodle. So you can take a look at it and find topics you're interested in. Yes.
How many groups is take a topic?
Okay, yeah, that's a good question. So I have actually, this is just a sample, the topics that we have listed. And you will see something like this, right, on the Moodles. I put like a 3 group. That means each topic only limited to 3 groups, right? So first time first, yeah, so for example, 3 groups, so you can just write your name, right, on the tables. And then that means, if once you see this topics, 3 spots being occupied, that you cannot sign up for this topic anymore, all right? But again, you can select whatever topic that you're interested in, not necessary to be on the list, right? Yes, your question. Oh, okay. Yeah, you can select your own topics, but again, this topic has to be related to the metabolism class, right? But it's not necessary to be on the list. And the second assignment is the matrix and abstract. Um, so evidence worksheet is being provided on the website, and you can download. And I think this is helpful for you to analyze and organize your research papers, right? And for the matrix abstract, you need to include three components. First of all, is evidence worksheet and an abstract, and also you need to provide references that you wanted to include in your papers, right? So here is I think we have the samples, right, for the worksheet for the matrix abstract, right? So you guys probably wanted to download the examples for the matrix abstract and to take a look at how you would, the format will be. So I think for the matrix abstract, basically you have then I will expect that you already did a literature search and you already have idea, what kind of information, of course, your topic and what kind of information you want including the abstract, and you pretty much have finished like all the searching and information that you want to have in the paper. So, and you need to write an abstract for your paper, right? And then you once you submit the matrix abstract, you will get some comments back from TAs, and then you start working on a first draft of a research paper. So once you finish, and then you will send your first draft of paper to peer reviews. We will kind of match the peer review for you. So once you get information who will be your peer review, and you can just send your draft of paper to your peer review. And then you do the peer review. Yes?
Will the people that do interviews for a specific topic also be for that topic? So people that have the same topic do review?
That's a good question. I think for the previous years, we don't actually we try not to review the same topic. So okay, so we have a specific peer review form, right? To print out a peer review form and follow the instruction and to finish the peer review. And then once you get the comments from your peer reviews, and then you start to revise, right, your papers, and then submit the revised papers. And TA will review your papers and then grade your papers and then give your comments, right? And once you get back comments from the TAs, and then you base on TAs comments and do the second revision of your papers, right? And then submit the final version of papers, right? Is that clear? Okay. Any questions about the research paper? Right. Let's see. Yeah, that's actually the last slide. Just let TA or me know, if you have any question about the research papers. I think first of all you need to select topics. So what is the due date that you guys need to Sorry? October? The topics? Oh, Thursday? Okay, yeah. You try to pick your topics, right, by Thursdays, and then you can work on the abstract, right? Matrix abstract. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Yeah. Uh, yes, I think so. I think we also posted. I mean, the review criteria, so you can follow that. Yeah. Yes. All right. So I think that's all for today, and see you guys Thursday.